Okay, today we are going to learn how to create a switch. Okay, so if you're working from home, a lot of times for your digital circuits, you'll need a switch to change your input back and forth between 0 and 1. So that's what we're going to talk about. So first of all, you need a breadboard. You need a power supply for your breadboard. I'm using my Arduino, the power supply on my Arduino. So I've made this bus 5 volts and I've made this bus ground. So here's what I'm going to do. So you have this switch. It's a toggle switch. There we go. So we have this toggle switch, and you should have a little screwdriver to be able to toggle the switch back and forth between on and off. You should have several LEDs. The LEDs are going to indicate to us whether the switch is on or off, right? Which open or close. On means the switch is closed and current is flowing through the switch. Then you need to get 4. Since we have 4 switches, we'll say 4, 5, 6 resistors. They can either be 220 ohms or 100 ohms. Doesn't matter. Okay, these are going to be your pull down resistors. All right. So let me get a couple more LEDs. Okay, so when you place your switch, this is a dual inline package. That means it has pins on either side of the chip. The chip needs to be placed over the groove in your circuit board. Okay, it needs to be placed over the groove. All right, the side that says on, right there where it says on, it needs to be on the side closest to your power strip, your power supply, okay? Because you're going to connect that to 5 volts. All right, so let's go ahead and start by connecting each switch. Well, let's just work with switch 1 and switch 4, and that way our board won't get so crowded. Okay, so we'll just work with 2 switches, switch 1 and switch 4. All right, so I'm going to connect switch 1, then I'm going to connect switch 4. I'm going to make sure I'm in the... Okay, I just bend those down because really they should be cut to size so that you don't have wire all over the place. Okay, so we have our switch connected to power. Now we need to connect the switch to a LED so it can indicate to us when it's on and off, and we need to connect our pull down resistors to pull it down when it's off to 0 volts. Okay, when it's on it'll be 5 volts, but when it's off it needs to be 0 volts, and you need what's called a pull down the resistor to get the voltage all the way down to 0. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this resistor into the hole for resistor 4, and then I'm going to put the other end right there connected to ground, and then I'll do the same thing for switch 1. Make sure it touches all the way to the bottom of the circuit board so that it makes the electrical connection. Okay, so those are our 2 pull down resistors. Now we just need to put LEDs in place for that, so that when we toggle the switch back and forth, we can tell visually whether or not the switch is on or off. Okay, so to do that, remember that first of all, an LED has, let's try the green ones, an LED has 2 legs. One leg is longer than the other leg. So in this case, you see the long leg is right here. It's longer. Okay, that is called the anode. The short leg is called the cathode. The cathode is always connected to the resistor, the pull down resistor that is connected to ground. Well, in this situation, it's a resistor to limit the amount. It's a current limiting resistor, actually, not a pull down resistor, to limit the amount of current flowing through your LED so that you don't blow it. Okay. Now the cathode, the way that I always remember that cathode needs to be connected to ground is, I always say, the cat jumped on the ground. Okay. It's very important that you connect an LED up the right way, because current has to flow directionally in an LED. If you connect it the wrong way, it will not work. Okay, so let's go ahead and put an LED for pin 1. So the anode part goes into the row for pin 1, and then the cathode goes here, and then we'll take a piece of wire and we'll connect, no we won't, we'll take a resistor and we'll connect a resistor to the cathode. If I can get it in there. This is not the best breadboard, honestly. Let's try a skinnier one. And then we'll put that into ground. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here for pin 4. We'll use a red LED this time. So here's the LED. This is the longer leg. That is the anode. So it does not connect towards ground. It connects to the row with the pull down resistor. So we'll put that there, and then we'll bring this over here. And then we need a current limiting resistor that we will connect from here to ground. Okay, so now let's test. So right now, switch 1 is off, right? If I turn it on, my LED comes on. So I'm good to go. I turn it off. Switch 4. If I turn it on, my LED comes on. Okay. And then I can turn it off. All right. So I hope this video helped you learn how to connect the switch. See you next time.